Hey guys, Onward here, Talking in Traffic, episode 34. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and really, I was thinking about it today. How do you make a wonderful weekend turn into a wonderful week? Transitioning that wonderful weekend, that blissful feeling of a weekend into the week. Everybody has, or a lot of people get the case of the Mondays, right? Where they dread the week ahead. And I've been trying to figure out how can I attack the week ahead. And ever since having kids, the week actually seemed a little bit of a reprieve. The weekends usually are very hectic and action-packed. A lot of activities fill with going swimming, birthday parties, visiting family, visiting friends. And then when the week comes, it's consistent. It's something that is predictable, the regular meetings and work. So on the one hand, I am grateful to be back at work when the weekend's over. And on the other hand, I just had an amazing weekend and time with the kids, time with family and friends and neighborhood kids coming over, and that feeling of connection, that feeling of relaxation, but then also the feeling of accomplishment, getting what I need done through the weekend, cramming everything in from the week into the 2 days on the weekend so that I can focus on work during the week. So I've been asking myself, how do I make this feeling of a wonderful weekend translate to a week, and what it would take to make my week wonderful. Some suggestions that I've read about and been implementing slowly in my schedule is taking more time during the weekend to wake up early or on time, the regular scheduled time of waking up on the weekend. Instead of sleeping in and feeling that jet lag, wake up at my regular time, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and getting up and just seizing the day, right, on the weekends, which lengthens my weekends by a couple hours each day. So I gain an extra 4 hours each day if I'm not sleeping in until 9 o'clock. So the weekends are great. And then when I transition into the week, I don't have that feeling of jet lag. I'm more energized and can attack the week because I haven't changed my sleeping schedule at all. That also applies to going to sleep at night. So instead of staying up until 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on the weekends, doing whatever it is I do, either watching TV, playing video games, surfing online for properties, instead get to sleep at a reasonable hour, 11, 12 o'clock, after spending some time with my wife, and spending quality time, so that we can connect and talk about things other than what do we need to do the next day. But that also goes into the week where we should connect more on a nightly basis, just to talk about things other than what we need to do the next day. So that's something I need to work on. Another thing I should work on is planning out my days a little bit more efficiently during the week. So what does that mean? That means making more time for play and fun, and making that a priority. So I might not be playing at work, or I could work out during lunch, or take more time in the morning to feel that energy throughout the day. But also when I get home, right, take scheduled time in for piano, scheduled time in to play with the boys and connect with them. So that is those are some tips that I've read about and that I need to put into practice on a daily basis. So for my family and friends, for my boys, if you're reading or if you're watching this, or reading anything else, please do let me know if you have any suggestions to keep this wonderful, blissful feeling of the weekend going through the week. But also know that I'm trying to make some changes, and I'll let you know how it goes. If anything, I think that these changes will, present some small incremental benefits throughout the week, meaning I will be happier throughout the day, throughout the week, not necessarily dreading the day. And then also making time for myself to plan out the next day. So one important thing, planning fun, planning time with the family, but also planning out my work for the next day. Taking into account, okay, these are the meetings that I have, these are the calls I need to make, these are the documents I need to get done. So thinking about that minimum impact, or the minimum amount of work that I need to feel like I have the maximum amount of impact. So the 80-20 rule, 80% of my efforts, 80% of my outcomes are driven by 20% of my efforts. So the maximum effect is accomplished with the most impactful 20% of my day. So now that means that I need to prioritize what are the things that are important in my life, what are things that are important in my work and in my real estate career that I need to absolutely get done, whether it be that one call to the property manager or to the real estate agent, or find those contractors in the areas that I'm in, the markets I'm looking at, or the documentation I need to get done at work to be most impactful for the next day. These are things that I should build into my daily habits before going to sleep, just so that I can set myself up for success the next day. So how are you making your week valuable, your weekdays valuable? If you have any suggestions, please let me know.